Hello, folks. Key of W here with Artisan of Glimmith, my new favorite game. Um, just going around solving puzzles. Really, it's just how it is. I'm going to take this area. This is the match area. I'm going to bring this window up to gold at least. Does require doing some of the slightly more difficult ones, except this one apparently is a level 2 puzzle. Everything is area 4. So the question is, are they S or are they L pieces? Something's got to fit in here. Now, if it's an S piece, what do we do there? It can't be that. So we've got to have all L pieces, right? Yeah. Cool. So that's how match works. Let's try this one. They've all got to be T shape, or sorry, F shapes, L shapes, or N shapes. So if I put an L shape in here, it would have to go up 4 spaces and then either side. So we know they can't be L shapes. An N shape would work here. An F shape here would be interesting. I want to rule one of these two out. I don't know how to do that, because this is how the F shape would go here just fine. 2 N shapes go here just fine. But what do we do in these cases? Like, so it's very much like, I'm just going to take a guess and see what happens. Like, we would have this go on. I guess it's here it would break. We don't know how we would do something in here. So I think F shape is what we have to do. I think we've got to do F shape. Then how do I do F shape in here? There's no way to do it except that. This is the only way here. Then what do I do there? That's the F shape. Right? Okay, let me look at F. So maybe it is N shape. F shape. Is there any other way to make F shape here? There isn't. Because it has to take a 3x3 box. So this is the 3x3 box, so it must take that spot. Which means we have to have a 3x3 box here. It takes that spot. It must take one of these two, but it's not across, so it's here. Hopefully that made sense what I just said. So now we have to get this 3x3 box to fit. If we take this spot, we can't take any of the other. There's like, if you thought of a 3x3 box, an F shape takes only one corner of it, the center, and then 3 sides. So it would have to be that. So no, F shape isn't it. It is N shape. I do have to figure out a way to make the N shapes work here. So maybe that has to be it. If I brought that out, we would be doing that, which isn't going to work. So I think I have to bring that out. But this doesn't work. That's an F shape. No! This is another way to do the N shape. Oop. Like this. Again, it's very much in guessing land, which is not my favorite way to be doing these. Not sure how else I would do this. That's a P shape, doesn't fit. And this is not my favorite way to do this. Because I'd love to be able to just rule out a certain possibility, to be able to say this doesn't work, what's the correct answer? But now it's just like, guess, asshole. So this is one way you can do it. I could set up further, but see, there's multiple possibilities for everything I do. I need to be able to logically say this doesn't work. This one would force that move. Now, if I ever did this, I'd be in trouble, so I would have to make that move. Now, if I move this here or there, but either way, it's got to be there. This would cause a problem up here, so I'd have to make it like this. But now, I can't solve the puzzle from here. Right? There's no way to fit, so this is what it is. Yeah, I can't do that. It would have to be here. Then we couldn't do that. Have to do that. Yep, that's the end of that. So there's no way to do it this way. This way would force us to... Yeah, there's no way to bring it that direction. This... This is it. It's just, you have to guess. You have to guess which version it is. Terrible puzzle. Terrible, bad job. 0 out of 5 stars. Okay. Triomino, L shape, and P shape. They all have to be the same. Alright, I gotta find a spot where something doesn't work. Alright, I already know P shape doesn't work. Because if I do a P shape, I have to do this bottom left corner, which is going to take all 4 of these. Oh no, hold on, there is a way to... Fuck, I was hoping it didn't work. I was hoping I wouldn't have to guess, I would just have the answer. This, I can't do either of these, right? Because then I would force that move. So I'd have to go here, which would force this one, and something like that. But so far that works. P shape here would force this. And how would I do this section? This is still fine. It's still fine to do the P shape here. Oh, come on. Come on. But give me a good puzzle. Because the whole thing with this type of puzzle is that you're given 3 options. Obviously, one of them is going to work and the other 2 aren't. So you have to figure out which one is which. But I don't want to do it by just guessing with the... trying to solve the puzzle with the wrong one until there's... I want to be able to logically determine which one doesn't work. That is how I want to do the puzzle. So I think I can logically get elbows out. No, I can't. Dominoes are the hardest one to logically work a problem into. Like, there's too much... Okay, I think I think the dominoes are impossible. I think we can make that impossible. We would have to do this and that. We'd have to do this, and now we have a problem there. So we can actually work one of them out. So it's elbow or S-piece. Now, S-piece would be this way or this way. So either way, that's that. So now in here, we can't make an S-piece. So I think elbow is, in fact, what we have to do. So that's the elbow here. That's the elbow there. We have to bring that up. Pretty sure that's it, but it could be there. If I go down... That's part of the next elbow for sure. It doesn't go to the right. Oh, hold on. If I do this, that elbow blocks it. We have to do that. There it is. Yeah, that's a little better because I could at least work out which one of these it was, but most of these, you don't. You just do it until it's right. Okay, now it's something else. Rows, windows, we got to make the same shape. That's good. I've got to do 4 shapes that are equal. Okay, well, let's start here. We definitely have this square takes everything in the crook. It has to. No other shape can go there. And then we're going to put an orange one down there. So that means the other shapes all have to take here. So we'll put a green shape up there, and we'll put a purple shape down here. So... how would I do this? Whatever, this shape can't take both of these spots. I'm only going to take one of them, because this can only take one of the spots. It's either going to move in this way, or it's going to move the other way. Which means these pieces here gotta take... the orange is going to take either the triangle or the square, and the blue is going to take either the triangle or the square. So those two have to go in that spot. And also take a triangle. Whatever. These, the green and purple have to take all 3. So one of these circles is taken by orange. The other one's purple or green. This one's purple or green. This one must be blue. If it isn't blue, then blue has to take either this circle or one of those two. In order for blue to get all the way over there, these other pieces would have to be so mixed up it won't work. So blue's got to take that circle, which is going to determine the direction we go here. We got to block these off because we can't take two circles with the orange. I don't see any way for green to get down to that square, so let's just bring these all the way around. So blue only needs a triangle remaining, so it's probably going to be one of these two. Purple needs triangle and square. Purple's now going to take this one. Oh, who's going to... No. This won't work. I don't think this will work. Because of the orange here needs just a triangle. It has to get into there. But now we have two... We have a bunch of problems here. So what if... Okay, if we have this go, if we have this be the... Right, if we block these off, we say this is the direction we're definitely going. Then this blue can't be here, there, there. The blue would have to be the triangle, which would mean the purple's the square, the orange is the circle. That doesn't work. So maybe we do in fact bring it this way. Oh. So the triangle, the orange has to take that, purple there, blue there, green there. That'll work. So this is the new place we put our walls. So let's start just by doing this for a second. Now, in order to grab a circle, purple's got to go there, so orange. So everyone's good so far. Green now has every symbol. Blue's got to grab this. I think. No. Okay, hold on. Blue grabs it this way. Then purple can do this. Cool. That's an interesting one. That's all I'll say about it. There's a lot of more difficult ones remaining. Oh, there's an easy one. Alright, match with precision. Can't be a V shape. V shape is going to cause a problem here. It's probably a P shape? No, it is not. It is a P shape. Hold on. There it is. Kind of just got to see that one all at once. There's something down here. Oh yeah, nice try. All regions have the same shape. But obviously we can't have just one region, because whatever's here can't be on the outside. So we've got 5, 10, 14, 18. So we could have 2 regions of 9, or we could have 3 regions of 6. That's got to come out. It could come this way. This is about as far as it could go. This is as far as it can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I can't make 3 regions with that shape. So if I did bring that out, I would still need to bring those 3. Which is not the same shape as this, or it is the same shape as that? It is not. This is a different shape. It's not quite the same. So what if I avoided this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is definitely not the same shape. In fact, if I block this off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'd have to take that space. So no, this does have to go that direction. Now the furthest it can go is this way. But it can't move up. Could it not take that one? If so, we'd have to have the blue shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no way I could make 6s. And now it's just too big. So I think red does have to take that one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's got to take those. So it isn't this one. If we take these out, it's not that. If I take this out, it's not that. If I take this out, is it this? There's no other spaces to take. Like this isn't right. What's going on here? Could I do it with 3 different shapes? If I had red here and I just did a shape of 6, what would the shape be? It can't be that one. It can't be this. Right? It can't be the J shape. It can't fit any J shape anywhere else. It can't be this Y shape because it can't fit that anywhere else. This shape doesn't fit anywhere. Because this is a different shape. Four, 5, 6, 7. Can't cross the same space. We have to have... How else would I do this? There's really no other option here. Ugh, excuse me. Oh, I can't breathe. This is... If I somehow block this off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I would have to do that. Unless I somehow did a 6. But this isn't matched anywhere. Can I do a bunch of 3s? They would all... No, I can't, because this wouldn't be matched down there, and an elbow wouldn't be matched here. A bunch of dominoes, maybe? No, it can't do dominoes. Yeah, I can't do dominoes. Is this just a case where it's just like... Is it just that? That's so dumb. It's just so dumb. I know it's like a troll puzzle. It's just so dumb. All reaches must have the same shape. They all must be 8s. Okay, cool. How many 8s do I need? 5 or so? One, two, got 4 spaces here, 4 spaces there. 4 spaces there. So then we just have this 4 by 5, which is 20. 32. We need 4 8s. Alright, that's got to come out. That's got to come out. That's got to come out. These two are different shapes. Now, if this isn't the green shape, it has to block. Yeah. They'll all be the same shape, too. This is supposedly not that hard. If I did, that's more than 8. So this, yeah, this can't connect there. This came around, yeah, so this has to touch, oops, this has to touch there. Which means it can't touch there, so it does have to bring up here. This is going to have to be red. No getting around it. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. It could be like this, but then how on earth do I make the shape? Is there any way it's not that piece? No, it has to be that piece at least. So we kind of are building off of an F piece here. Oh, there we go. Got my audio back. How would I make this shape happen? This part of the L would have to be here, which would mean, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I think we have to bring that in. I wonder if it's this sort of thing. Those are the same shape. This might be it. Like I can do something here, and then the blue is the same? Yeah. Weird. Weird puzzle. One more of these and I'll have myself a nice gold thing. It doesn't actually look like there's that many puzzles left. I might be missing some. That's not part of this set. Let's try here. Match. Okay. Red, yellow, blue. How many spaces do we got here? We've got 4 up here, 9, 14. We've got 7 across is 21. 6 across is 27, 30, 36, 40, 42. That's 14 per shape. So even if I filled all of this in, that is only 10. So I've got to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to fill those in. Minimum. The yellow, if it filled all of this space in, would only be 10, so it has to go up. The blue now would be 10 as well, so it has to move up and take all of that. All right. So they're all 14. Who's going to take that spot? Well, red's got to take that now. So this would overload it. This would be 15, I think. 4, 6, 9, 11. This would be 14. This would be a full 14. But if I blocked that off, how would I make this shape anywhere? Don't think that'd be possible. So I think I gotta bring this up. Right? Well, if I did this, how on earth would I fill in the rest of this stuff? This is a little bit complex. The shape here is definitely not a given. Where do I stick this shape? Again, I don't want to be guessing. I want to be able to know for certain which direction I should go. If I block this off, I have to fill in the red shape here. But I can't see, just looking at this, that it doesn't work. I don't think it works, but I can't see that it doesn't work. This is 7, 11, this is 14. So if I took 14 shapes just randomly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, we'd have still 8, 12, 14. So my brain can't look at this and go, it's the wrong shape, because I don't know how this shape gets rotated into that spot. I can think of it as this would require at least 6 across in some spot and 4 there, which would make it really difficult to fit in here. I guess I could think of it this way. If I make the shape like this, the yellow or the blue shape can't reach this spot. Can it? Or the yellow shape can't reach that spot. The blue would have to. That the blue would only go this far. I don't know. I just don't think that's possible. So I think the red has to move up. But that's all I got from that. Now, if yellow were here, we'd have to bring it out. Which would make red pretty restricted. Blue, well, think if blue were here. Yellow and red can't reach here now if blue is there. Blue has to go all the way around, and it's way too big. Yeah, it's too big. So, if red isn't the one in here, it's yellow. And it probably can't do this. But I can't rule out yellow being here. I could say it's red without too much problem, but then how do I make this shape anywhere else? Well, I know red can't reach this spot. Yeah, that's 14 just in what I've done here. There'd have to be a 15th. So red can't reach that. If yellow reaches this one, this obviously doesn't give blue a lot of room to maneuver. It could go around something like this, but that, again, doesn't give them a lot of room to maneuver. I mean, what if I did something like this? I just don't think that's right. If I somehow block this off, though, blue would be forced to take 7, 8. Forced to take that much. Actually, be forced to take all of these, right? That would be required. And then how would I do this? Because I would need to have a lot of, or maybe that, which isn't going to happen. So I don't think yellow can take this spot up here. Unless it came around. Even if it came up this way. There's just no way that blue doesn't... That blue's here. There's just no way this is it. First of all, that's not even 14 spaces. That's 13. So we can't block it off. It's got to go... If blue comes out this way, we'd force yellow out. What's that do? The last thing I want to do is just guess shapes until I get something right. That's just no fun, even if I do it right. But at the same time, this puzzle's just not fun generally. I don't see a break-in. I know this much for red. But is it possible that yellow's in there? I don't know. I can't see the shape well enough. It's way, way too complicated of a shape to do that with. Well, think if red takes that spot, then red has to take all of these spots. That's just too big of a shape now. So red can't take that spot, but who does? If it's yellow, then blue has to take only shapes up here, and then blue has to take that one. It would have to be. But then what? Where would we go from here? I don't know where we'd go from there. If blue doesn't take that spot, then who does? That's a good question, I guess. In order for yellow to take that spot, it's gonna trap blue in pretty good. Like, this would be the minimum I could do, right? Because blue would then be 14 spaces, but it would obviously not be the same shape. So I think blue has to move up. But again, this is not proven, but I don't know how to prove it. What if yellow went way around? I just, like, I don't know the logical step. All I know is it feels like blue should take that one. And then how could anybody else, like, what if yellow took that spot? I don't think that's a thing it can do. Like, could yellow just take that? Well, it would be 7 across. We require everyone to get 7 somewhere straight across, which isn't going to happen with red. There's no place for it. I guess I should think about it that way. Oops, hold on, it's yellow. If yellow takes that square in any capacity, then there has to be a space 7 spaces away from the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 spaces in between the circle and the space, and there is nowhere in either of these other ones. So this can't be yellow. If it was red, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in one direction, and then curve leftward or rightward 1 space. And there is no way for either of these two to do that as well. So I think we can prove this is blue. Brings it out, which means if anything else is here, we'd cut blue off. So blue does have to go this way. Now, if this were yellow, I would need to find a space 1, 2, 3, 4, and then turn 2, which can be done anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn 2, right? Like it's not a thing. Although if this were yellow, what would be the equivalent for red? 1, 2, 2 up, 4 to the right. This could be 2 in any direction and then move 4 the other. So 2 this direction, 4 up crosses the yellow. You can't do that. 2 this direction, 4 up doesn't work. 2 down doesn't work. 2 up, 4 across. So I think that proves red should go here. Hopefully this is good logic. I'm just not sure if it's correct logic. Well, then who's going to be in that spot? If it was yellow, we would be saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then turn 2 in any direction. Or you could say 2 and then 5. So the red, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that works. Not this direction, not this direction, not that direction. So if this was yellow, this would have to be red. But then blue, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. I don't think blue would work anywhere. Now, if this was red, we'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then curve, which is just not going to happen anywhere. So I think this also has to be blue. So how much we got so far? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Only 3 more spaces for blue. But now we got to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3. That could be here, but that's not the right amount of space. It can be here, but this doesn't feel right either. Is this a case where I just check progress? I don't like doing this kind of stuff, but at the same time, when a puzzle is this just really shitty to work on, I just don't like this kind of puzzle. Because I don't know, maybe there is a logical way to deduce it, but it really feels like I'm just guessing shit and then hoping it's right. And if it isn't, I go backwards and I guess a different thing, and then I hope that works, and I go back and guess a different thing. So if there is a logical progression to this of like, I gotta figure out if this is the piece, then I don't know what it is. If this was blue, I'd be overloaded anyway, but I'd have to have a straight line from the circle. This probably is red, because it's 2 away in either direction, which would put blue there, and it would put yellow here. Which is going to put red in all of those spaces, too. But this can't be right. 10, I've got 13. Like, what on earth would this one be? What is going on here? Like, that's not it at all. Right, I'll check. It'll say there is at least one mistake, and there's going to be several in this spot. So let's go back and try this logic again. So maybe this is the way to logically get through. Let's try. I'm going to make one more attempt at logic, and if I can't, and if I just have to guess, then this puzzle is terrible, and I'm going to just do this all the way through. I just don't give a shit. They can't all be winners. Whoever designed this one probably thought they were so clever, but it just doesn't work for me at all. So we can say this space here must be blue. The reason is, if it is red and it's connected to here, there must be a space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away from the circle, and then of course 1 to the side. That works. This one, 7 in any direction is off the map. 7 in any direction is off the map, so this can't be red. Yellow's a little better because we only have to move 6 away. Well, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's a possibility here, but now blue has nowhere to go because there's nowhere that's 6 spaces away. Therefore, this must be blue. It must come out. If this is blue, therefore, there cannot be any other color here. Because if there is, look how it cuts blue off. So, blue must take the edge. I gotta sneeze again. Blue has to take that edge. And in fact, if we check our logic, it should be correct. See, I'm right. Now, let's see. Can I then work out what this space is? If this space is red, we need a space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away, and then 1 across. The only place that is 6 away from yellow is up here. So it cannot be red. If it is yellow, we just need to be 5 spaces away and then 2 in any direction. 5 spaces away for blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 doesn't work. Therefore, this must also be blue and connect. And if we check our progress, it'll say correct. See, that much I got. But now, if this is yellow, once again we cut blue off, therefore the blue has to connect this down this way. And then this can't be yellow either, or red, because we're going to cut blue off. So we know this, which will also be correct. So we have this gnarly shape. Okay. So I need to find a space 3, 5 away from this circle and 1 in some direction. 5 spaces away, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be upward 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it actually doesn't have to be from the circle either, because this circle, it could also extend down. So if it extended down, yeah, if we're not using this as the point of rotation anymore, it's even harder. So that could be, but I have to find a place 5 and 1 where it fits. And it's a little easier to fit this with the yellow, but with red it's a little trickier because I need there to be, there's basically 5 somewhere. The red one's a little trickier to figure out because it's not exactly, it doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up from here the way it is from blue. It just has to be any spot where there's a just this line could exist. Where could it be? Here? This is a spot that this line could exist, right? But then, no, it can't. Because if this is the line, right, these 4, I would need to attach an O shape to it. It doesn't work. It won't be here. This is too hard for me. I can't do the shapes in my head. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody out there that did this puzzle and thought it was well designed, but I think that you have bad taste if that's the case. I really genuinely don't think this is good stuff. I'm not totally sure what I'm supposed to be doing, where the next logical step is. It's just guesswork. How about this one? If I have a space here, this can't be blue, I don't think. I only got 11 in blue so far. It could be here. The thing is, if it's blue, now blue is occupying a space minimum 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide and 5 tall. Where could I do that here? Yellow would have to take this spot, right? If I did blue there. Again, this is a guess. Like, let's take a guess. What happens if we guess here? I know red has to extend that way. There's no way it doesn't, because we block this in. Red doesn't have enough spaces. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many spaces are left in here? So we've got 11 for blue, so the most it could take is 3, which would leave us 8, 9, 12 spaces in here. Yellow could theoretically take them all and not be overloaded. I mean, it's not going to make the right shape. This can't be it, I don't think. Can that be red? If this is red, that has to be red. So we would have that. Thing about this, we would need just a straight shot of 6, which isn't going to happen. So I don't think this can be red. This can't be blocked off because then we can't make the shape. So we have to bring that up, and that'll tell us we're fine. So this is in fact correct. So we're no further than we were before. I've spent about 30 minutes on this puzzle. Not really, it just feels like I've been here for 30 minutes, and it's been excruciating the whole time. Some puzzles are hard and fun. This is hard and not fun. This is actually one of the hardest puzzles I've seen so far, and it's supposed to not be. So there's clearly something that I am too stupid to see, and I won't feel smart when I solve it. And that's the worst thing a puzzle designer can ever experience, is the person playing the puzzle not feeling smart when they solve it. I won't feel smart solving this. Yeah, this is just a guessing game puzzle. That's no fun. I'm getting ever closer to quitting on this puzzle, and by quitting I don't mean leaving and doing another puzzle, I mean doing this all day until I'm done. So far I've done this just to prove that I'm correct on my logic, but I'll eventually just start making moves and checking if it's right, because this is terrible. If this isn't red, it can't be blue. It would overload blue, but it would mean yellow. It would mean red can't be here, or really any of these. The red could potentially get up to that spot, but it would force red to be done. This is the largest it could be. But even if that was the largest it could be, yellow would have to take the rest of this, and there's not even close to the right shape. Right? Like if I do this here, it's gonna prove, it's gonna say there's mistakes. This is not right. So I think this is red. Right, this has to be. There's no way this is anything else. But I can't prove that. Except by checking the progress until it's correct. So, what do I do from there? What's the max I can get down here? There's 6 cells, 8 cells, there's 9 cells left here. But this one can go in any direction is the problem. Because if I could prove, like, there's a wall here, I'd know it comes out a certain direction, but I can't prove any of that stuff. How do I find this space here? This isn't related to here, is it? Like, if I move this here, it's not related to that. It doesn't fit. Is it? this could make it related to this shape. But now what we're doing is guesswork. I'm just guessing. What if I did this? It would be this, this, that. How does that work? It is the shape because the puzzles told me so. But I don't feel like I saw it. I feel like I just guessed. I hated that puzzle. It's the worst one I've ever played in my life. Oh my god. Why would you design something that terrible? Okay, well, I'm done complaining about that. That's a bummer way to end this video, is on that kind of shit. This whole island generally has been pretty bad. There's a couple good puzzles here, but this is really not a fun rule. The best you can do is sort of a middle-of-the-road puzzle. Like, let me find one that was okay. This one was decent puzzle. But this one I could logically work out the shape rather than guess. But most of these were just awful. This one was a troll. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this shit. But yeah, there's really not a lot of good puzzles here. Because the only way to make them hard is to do what I just did. Is to make the... Which one did I just do? I don't even remember anymore. It was a 5-er, wasn't it? Where was it? I don't remember which one I even did. Was it this one? No. This one was terrible too. I hated this puzzle. That one's alright. The easy ones are alright just because they're easy, so you can guess them. That's still not fun. It's this one. Just terrible. Anyway. Well, I gotta go somewhere else, wash the bad taste of this area out of my mouth. We'll come back another time. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy watching me complain about puzzles, because it will happen again. Have a good day, everyone. See you around.